here in Defense Grid The Awakening, about to do the out of fuel level Green Towers only mode. This is going to be particularly difficult, but before I get into it, I just want to say that this strategy has been largely inspired by YouTuber You're Grounded. The strategy they put out was very effective. There's not a lot of ones that work, so this has been inspired by it, but there's some slight tweaks. Actually, going to use less resources, and seems like this way is a little bit more reliable as well. But either way, just wanted to give a shout out to them for what they did, because that was pretty awesome. Anyways, I was stuck on this for a while myself. But either way, we're going to go ahead and start this up. And it's not often that I try to actually look up what other people do in these videos, but when I'm doing these videos, this was one of those times.
Well, they seem to have encountered some difficulties of their own. It appears their ship has met an untimely end.
Starting out very similar.
Already looted most of the cores.
Basically a laser
Have to reclaim
and
what
gun
is
tower
stolen
right at the
and power
front.
up the base. It's going to be a close steal.
And
Hurry,
like
there's
I
no
mentioned
time to
before,
waste. This
part of the
base is
strategy
being
also
cleaned
helps
out.
focus on keeping the cores at the power generator as much as possible for as long as possible, because it's going to play a big part in how much interest we can earn. And you can see those two towers are just enough to stop enemies. We're going to build a gun tower up top. Very particular about when and how we spend our resources too.
Hang on.
Let's
Haven't
build a
seen
second
these
gun
before.
tower.
Added alien information to database.
Alright, now for this next wave, spend a bit of money. Let's wait. Alright, we need temporal and inferno. We're gonna need one more gun tower right here.
They've taken one of our cores. All right then, hold steady.
Let's get a laser up here.
Get our cores back. We need to eliminate that.
And let's build a gun tower right there.
Our power is running dangerously low.
Alright, now here's where we start. Well, actually, we already deviated from the strategy that You're Grounded used. Our laser tower is up here instead of there. We're placing an Inferno tower, and just not using the machine gun that was there previously. The Inferno helps with a lot of the smaller units, taking them down and or weakening them. Add some more gun towers here. And we're going to go ahead and add a meteor tower. While we can technically wait to build some of this stuff, if we kill more guys before they even pick up cores, we're actually earning more interest in that. So it's a little bit of give and take there.
Let's mop these up.
Alright. So now, direction, okay. Next wave we're going to have to build a number of things.
Our power is running dangerously low.
There you see our interest just stops. Alright.
We got one back.
So, right as the shield guys start to come in wave 9, we're going to build 4 meteors right here. It's important that they get out all about the same time.
You can take this, sorry,
You can't build them any later, and you want to wait as long as possible for interest. But build them any later and you risk the shield guys already moving underneath some of the attack range, and you want the meteors to start firing and be done billing as soon as those enemies would get within their range. So we're killing them as soon as possible, and thus keeping our power cores closer to our generator. Okay. gonna need our second two right now.
Power is low, we must be careful.
Holding back with that as much as possible. And soon it's not going to matter because we're not going to, our interest isn't going to matter anymore because we're not going to be able to keep them back enough for our power cores not to get stolen. Trying to stay a little bit.
Power is low, we must be careful.
Alright, now we don't want to build any defenses here. The reason why we want to do that is we're going to build our defenses at the end first and then fill up these 4 spaces. And the reason why we want to do that is now that our power cores are just going to be away from our generator anyways, we might as well have them as far close to the exit as possible. The reason that is because the closer they get to the closer they are to the exit, the longer it'll take for them to get back to our generator, which now will actually be a good thing because when the bosses show up, they'll end up picking the power cores up before they hit the generator, which is very important for the strategy to work. You want the bosses to get those power cores without actually going this way. That separates the bosses, puts a lot more distance between the bosses and the enemies that come behind them. Gets them in range of everything they're going to have down here. Before any of those other enemies start to stack on top and draw our turret's attention away from the bosses, and the bosses need to die.
Don't mess about. Steady now.
Okay, you might notice a bit of a jump in the video here. That's because something kind of went awry, which sometimes happens. I think it's best to probably keep it on slow motion at this point. I think sometimes the meteors or certain other towers don't hit as effectively when they fast forward. Or maybe certain things happen differently, or it could just be random chance in the way that the towers decide to pick their targets. But either way, one guy managed to slip through. But also I built some towers a little bit too late. Now one thing is, we're going to build our last 4 towers down here. We want to earn as much interest as possible, so we're going to try to hold off on that until the very last moment. But you want to build a tower before the bosses would get in range of it, so you're not losing any potential damage, because that can, you know, screw everything up. So we're going to start now. Let's get a laser, 2 guns, and another laser. Now, we have this one spot down here, or you have a spot here that you could put another gun tower if you want to be certain that everything works as planned. You should still get a gold medal. It'll be a difference in score of about 25. We'll still actually come in under Hero Grounded. What I had mentioned before about using less resources overall, it'll still be a little bit less, like 50 to 100, although it can still work this way. Just, I guess, in some sense, there's a little bit murkiness to that. But, for reliability's sake, there is this one spot for a gun tower. Hopefully we won't need to use it.
Get our cores back. We need to eliminate that.
Short. So, we definitely have enough leeway for that one more tower. Boss should be going down. No,
Nothing like
there
a
we go.
kinetic strike
Awesome.
to clear the path.
So
That should do
definitely
it
having
for
a
now.
solo, I think, changed things up a little bit. But it's like
That
fractional,
was as
but
good as it
when you're
gets.
playing like this, you really need fractional improvements. So actually 233 above what we needed. So there's definitely some room to spend for at least one more tower. Tower cell value is 3450. What he had used was actually what they had used. Let me check this real quick so I can just show. make it not just a pure repeat of somebody else's thing. So we're actually 112 underneath your grounded tower cell value. So it does slightly improve. If you spend 100 more on that backup tower for reliability's sake, then it would be 3525, which still leaves about, what is it, 40, just under 40, I think 38, 37 points difference for tower cell value. And with this level, that's a lot, considering, you know, how kind of crazy it is. But other than that, that's pretty much a wrap for this video. Thank you for watching.